I'm gonna talk to somebody else here. Thank you, brother. And this person is somebody who had worked with us and had, improved her English with us. Now she's a professor at, I'm not gonna tell the name, the university name, because it's gonna be ridiculous. Propaganda, I'm not getting money. But I wanna talk to Karla. Karla, could you come here please a little? Let's talk a little. Karla is, thank you very much. Guys, if you want, it's here, okay? Hello, Carlita, how are you? Could you please take a seat? Let's talk a little. As Peter, this girl had studied with us. I don't remember when. Do you remember when? A long time ago.
2009, 2010.
I'm not going to say a long time ago because it's going to look like we are very old, and we are not.
We are not.
I'm not. I am only, it doesn't matter how old am I. And Karla had studied with us. She finished the course with us.
Yes, I did.
And she worked with us
2010.
too. She was a teacher there
2011.
for a while. And after, I was surprised with the good news. She is a professor now
Yes.
at one university. No names.
Okay.
Not now.
Nobody knows.
But Karla, thank you for coming. This is our first event concerning the language.
Thank you, teacher, for everything you have taught me.
And our goal here, it's very
Including
simple.
about alcohol. Just kidding.
We are just here talking about creativity.
Yeah.
And what does that mean? So in my opinion, you've got to be creative anyway, not only in life, but as a professor or as a teacher, we need to find ways to help the others. That's, in my opinion, to be creative. And every time I'm talking to my students, I always tell them, guys, we need to know how to be creative, because people are not sometimes able to answer your questions or to have the guts to do what you think they should do. Mm-hmm. You cannot take for granted. Mm-hmm. And you are very creative. And I want you, first of all, to tell us something about your experience, how was those years, and what you do right now. Please, be comfortable.
You mean since I was a student at Advanced until now?
I don't know, it's your decision. Anytime you want to say, just say.
Well, it's a lot to say. I'm not gonna spend like 5 hours explaining everything. So I'm gonna say some little things about myself that I consider that means.
Good.
First, I consider myself as a dream achiever.
Dreamer?
Dream achiever.
That's
Yes.
good. That's new for me.
Yes. And one of my very early dreams, I remember, it was to become an English teacher.
Yes?
Yes. So when you called
Who inspired you?
What?
Inspired you to be...
Actually, teacher, sorry, it was before you.
I was not.
It was before you.
I was really excited
I was
to
13.
get
I
you.
remember. I have an excellent memory.
Good.
I know exactly when it was. I was 13 years old, and when I first started getting English lessons, I just saw that teacher, and I thought that must be an awesome profession. I didn't know anything about life, but that stuck it in my heart, and I had this in my mind. So when you called me many years ago, asking me, hey girl, would you like to be a teacher at Advanced? I was in a different state, doing a totally different thing of my life. I was ending my master's in economics, but that dream I never forget. So I just said yes, and I came back from where I was at this time. You don't remember this, but I remember this very well.
I think I have a bad memory.
You have.
Old
I
guys,
don't.
old guys, God bless.
So I was in Minas Gerais at this time, and I said, teacher, when do you want me to be there? And you said, day X. And I said, I'm gonna be there. And I was like writing my dissertation in the master's, but while I was working with you and realizing a dream. One of the of them that
You had?
Yes, I had a lot of dreams, and I can say, since I met you, I realized a lot of them. A lot.
That's great. So,
Like, for example, going abroad and knowing different cultures, different...
where have you gone?
I have gone to Ukraine, that it's a country.
Is it beautiful? You know, I have this
I love
curiosity because I
It's-
live it there, but we haven't gone there. Is it beautiful?
It's really beautiful. It's one of the city I was living for 2 months. They call Little Paris.
Little Paris?
Yes, it's one of the oldest cities in the
Now
world.
there's a problem because I don't like Paris.
But it's a very
Yes, good.
beautiful city, and
But you visited, you haven't lived there.
I lived there for 2 months.
2 months.
It's 2 months.
Yes, it's a good experience, of
It's
course.
2 months, but
Were you studying then or just?
I was
Chilling out.
working as a volunteer, teaching children.
That's good.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. You haven't
You
talked to
didn't,
me about
because
that.
we didn't have time. That's why we are here.
Good, that's good. And where
Okay,
else
but
have you gone?
besides Ukraine, I have been to Germany, Poland, United States in a different situation, Colombia, Peru, and Argentina.
So my question is, everywhere you went, everywhere you've gone, of course you used the English.
Yes, when you said me, when you learn English and you are able to be fluent in English and to communicate in English, you can go everywhere in this world. You're gonna make it through English. I believed you. People always say I'm naive, but I always.
But it happened, no?
It happened, and I always have good results believing, and that was one of the things I believed.
I'll tell you a story. When we were living in Spain, 1 year, we live there right now, I think 2 years ago, 1 year ago, the language we've always spoken there was English. Because I don't know how to speak Spanish. I thought I knew, but when I went there, I saw I didn't know. So I spoke English every time.
Spanish can be very different.
And what about your creativity? So doing a lot of things right now, and now as a professor at university, we know, I don't want to talk about this today, it's going to be next time, and not
Okay.
now. We know that difficulties come up
Yes, a lot of
as a professor. How do you deal with that?
with passion. It's not with creativity. When you really love what you do, and you really have a strong passion, you just have to find the answer. You have no place to excuses. You have no place to explanations of why it's not working. You have to make it.
So you need to
Because-
find a way.
Yes, when you care about the people you have the obligation to give them a way. So if not this way, it's gonna be this way or that way or
But
that
that's
way.
my
or that
question.
other way.
You've choose.
So I have chosen, but before choosing creativity, I have chosen to be an educator. It's
Could you define that?
yes, I can.
So do it. Do it. It's gonna be great.
To be an educator is to change someone's life.
Mm.
That it's way more difficult than to teach subjects as finance or as math or as statistics. To change someone's life, you really need to care about them. There's no other way. You have to care. And when you care and you want to change people's lives, you have to give them a light.
How long have you been teaching? How long?
Since 2011.
No.
where-
I'm talking about that
Professor,
university.
you mean?
Yeah.
2011, I started.
From 2011 to 2017. Is that making you happy? Is
Sorry?
this profession making
Oh my
you happy?
God, I'm the happiest person I know.
So I know I've told you before, long before I said, look, the best profession in the world is to be a teacher.
Yes.
And you said, is that teacher? I said, yes, it is. What about your opinion right now?
Oh my, I can cry answering this. There is no money that can pay the pleasure you feel when you change someone's life. And you don't need them to say that you changed in their lives. But they often come back and say, oh, you changed my life. And
It's-
this price,
It's like that.
it's priceless. It's
You,
priceless.
you've noticed. You noticed.
I-
You just
of
look at
course.
them every day and day by day and you say, I'm changing her life.
But
Their life.
people are grateful in spite of everybody says, people are grateful. I'm here to say you changed my life. Thank you. And the students always come back to say the same.
You know what I've always said, and I said to Peter, and I'm gonna tell you, it's something really important. Everybody asked me why I'm doing this right now. You know, a lot of people said, you know, teacher work from 7 to 8 and 7 to 9, and right now there'll be, you know, like a talk show, a conversation. Why? And I say, look, my answer is very simple. My students are always with us studying, and some of them, they don't believe they are able to. You know that.
Mm-hmm.
They are learning, but they don't believe they are able to speak the language.
Yes.
And sometimes when they go abroad, and it happens a lot, they come very happy, like, oh,
yes, I know.
I was talking
remember.
English, I was this and that, and this and that. And in my opinion, what is very important when you do something is to tell people the truth, always. And that's my code. I've lived a code my whole life. To tell the truth, to respect people, and to change people's life. That's my code. I cannot pick up a person like you, like the others, and say, okay, your life's going to be the same after me. It's not going to be the same after me.
No.
I don't want to be Jesus, but it's like before and after Teacher Mark.
Yeah, that's it.
That's my opinion. You know, my point of view sometimes are very hard, and I know that, and my point of view scares people. You know, like when I say,
very often.
oh, you know, people, there is always tolerance, and I say there is no tolerance. Oh, but you know, things happen, and I say things don't happen. It happens because you allow them to happen. Don't allow them to happen. And now, as a professor, because you are not a teacher anymore, I am a professor. You are a professor.
We are educators.
Yes.
And mentors.
When you are there, how many students are there in your classes?
Oh, you mean one class? Because I have like 11 classes.
Yes, one class.
Around 25, 20, 25.
How do you feel when you see that they or some of them are able to do what you ask? I mean, not what you ask as a homework, no, but as, you know, developing themselves.
Teacher, I think I have no words to say. It's a feeling of fulfillment so hard that I just can't explain, just can't feel. But it makes my life have purpose, and as I said you before, I am the happiest person I know. And
she's happier than me, man.
I'm really fucking happy.
What about me? Do you know if I'm happier?
I don't know, teacher. It's been a long time I don't.
Yes, I remember the last time.
Day by day, but I'm really happy, and I don't know if you are happy every fucking day, but I am happy every fucking day.
I'm sorry about
Why?
fucking.
Yes, I'm drinking. I learned with you.
Beer.
Now.
And I remember in my training, Peter is here to prove. I cannot lie.
What?
You know, once in a while I was with them talking, and
once in a while, okay.
I used some kind of expressions, you know, like
I learned that with you.
Motherfucker.
But I don't care. I say bad names, bad words, and I don't fucking care. My students know that it's not just here.
A lot of people had passed by you, you know, like as a teacher, I'm going to say as a human being. Mm-hmm. Not gonna use the terms like professor or teacher on those stuff anymore. And you know that sometimes we resort to anything unfair to get what we want or what we think we want. Mm-hmm. I have never done that in my whole life. That's my problem. That's my fucking. Sorry again, guys. That's my problem. So when you see that there are a lot of people and they are going to be opponents one day. Because they're going to the market to find a job. How do you deal with that? I'm not saying that this is the reality. I'm saying what we've heard. Mm-hmm. And as I said to Peter and I said to everybody else there, I always think that it's not what you do, it's how you do it. Mm-hmm. Like I play the guitar. Yes, I'm not the best guitar man. I know. Yeah. I'm not the best guitar man, but I played with passion.
That's it.
And so I like blues. So how do you feel when you think that in the future they are going to be in the market, I don't know, predatorian or not? How do you feel?
Nowadays, it's not ever being like this. But nowadays, I don't believe in that. I don't believe in. I believe the only real competition is with yourself. I believe that there is something called singularity, and each person on Earth has their singular experiences, their singular knowledge, and their singular ways to do something. And in spite of the fact that you know the same thing that I know, in spite of the fact that you are able to do the same thing that I am able to do, you have lived a completely different life that I did. And
Universe.
you have exactly. So the people you can reach are not the same people I can reach. You can say the same thing.
Are you a philosopher now?
Yes, I have always been. You just didn't notice. But now I believe that each human being can contribute to the world, with their own singularity. And if this person works hard enough to be the best and to give the best value they can to society, they can be so unique that there is no competition.
You're talking about meritocracy?
True.
You believe that?
Of course I do.
So if somebody is just struggling in life to succeed and working hard with all the strength it's possible for a person to have, no doubt he's going to succeed.
No doubts at all.
That's what you believe?
No doubts at all. And I have an advice, if they allow me, because I'm a teacher, I always have advice.
Do it.
Be yourself. Be the best yourself you can be. Because there is nobody like you. Nobody. You can't be as good as somebody else you try to simulate, you try to pretend you are like them. But nobody can be like you if you are at your best.
Don't copy anybody.
Find your best self, okay, and there's no competition for you.
I want to say something just to relax. This scotch is amazing. I'm drinking scotch. If you come here, Jessica has a great... What scotch is this, Jessica? You know? You have no... Me too.
Propaganda time.
It's the second dose. I've been dosing myself. The last question I want to ask you is about the language.
What?
No, it's very simple.
Tell me,
People
teacher.
have always said, and I've heard this a lot of times, of course I disagree totally, absolutely. No, you are not able to learn English here. You need to live abroad, you need to go there abroad. And my experience has said to me that even living abroad, sometimes you don't learn.
Yes.
You need to have didactically, methodologically speaking, a way to learn. My question is, Professor Karla, is that possible to learn English without living abroad?
It's completely possible. Everything is possible, actually, if you really want. But I had this belief, and as I told you, since I was 13, I had this dream to become an English teacher. But it was a dream it wasn't a dream, it was an illusion, because I couldn't see any way to become that, Anybody from my family has ever gone abroad. I was the first person, and I had a lot of limiting beliefs at that time when I saw this dream that it was to become an English teacher. That exactly, how can I become an English teacher if I never lived abroad? How can I be fluent in English if I never lived abroad? I had those limiting beliefs, but I just started moving, and I started studying, and out of the blue I was talking to a person that wasn't able to speak Portuguese and English, and we were communicating, and I thought, what's going on? Like, I have never gone. I just studied the traditional style. It was before you, actually. And
Before me is good. I like it that.
I saw it was possible. After I worked with you, I could have the whole domain of the language, and I could work with that and earn money with that without going abroad. So I could break this belief. And the first time I went abroad, I have already become an English teacher, and it was like a motive, a reason of proud for myself to be so many times praised by my English. Like I visit American universities, and the directors of the universities were praising me for my English. You have such a good English. You have such a good English. You have such a good English. I've heard this so many times.
And of course, you thought, "Oh, teacher
thank you,
Mark,
teacher Mark."
you are the guy.
Of course, but
It's necessary to say that.
you know, even today, sometimes I have some insecurities about my own English, because those beliefs the society grows in our brains and in our hearts are so strong that you have to be very determined to break them down and like to move on.
Yes, I wanna tell you something about that. I've always believed, and I'm not gonna change. I ain't gonna change at all. That's the way I am, no? Even though people sometimes are not able to understand me. People say I'm hard, and I say I'm not.
Radical.
Yeah, people say I'm radical. People say I am a tough guy.
I don't know why, teacher.
And I say, no, I'm not. What I believe is that if you want anything in your life, just go further, step forward, and get it. Because
Decide.
it's
You
there.
just have to decide.
It's there, you know. I've said that to my family, my children. You know, like I had a good surprise. I have 2 sons right now, 2 children, Gerald and Lila. They got Enem, that's the way we call Enem.
Yes.
And everybody was talking to me, and I said, they're gonna pass. No, but what, Mark? This and that? No, they're going to start at UFC. And people ask, but why? Because they studied. They haven't started to take a test. They've started to learn. That's the difference. And when I say go there and get it, it's because it's possible.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell you my story because you're gonna cry, and I don't want anybody to cry. I want everybody to celebrate. Is there anything? I like Karla because Karla drinks.
Yes.
Do you remember the
I'm
birthday?
old school teacher.
Julie, do you remember the birthday? My birthday? You went to my birthday?
Your
no?
birthday?
No,
No.
you didn't go. It was Raquel.
I went to your concerts better than me.
Yes, I remember you were
2
drunk.
of them.
So guys, there are 2 things I want to tell you.
Oh no, I went to in your home once.
Yes, I
A
remember.
dinner.
It was
your birthday?
spaghetti time.
Yeah. It was
It's
awesome.
spaghetti time. I remember
It was
that.
very-
So guys, let me tell you something. I want to thank you who was with us or were with us. I don't know because they don't say anything to me. I don't have a cell phone to know. Are there people there? Yes. Who is there? Is there anybody? A name that I would like to say thank you very much. Rodney, good guy. Huh? Marta, I love you, Martita. Martita is amazing. What else? Macari, fuck you. What else?
Come on, teacher.
Macari
Macari is a
was funny.
success.
But I don't have the name right now.
I love you,
You don't have the name
Macario.
why? Don't you know how to read?
It's not reason the people who watch.
Macari,
I
do you know
love
Macari?
Macario. I met Macario when he was the janitor.
He was what? He's the same.
No,
Yeah.
come on, teacher. He's not.
I'm not gonna say that. Okay, guys, I cannot finish this moment. I cannot end up without introduce to you somebody very important in my life. Oh my gosh, I'll have problems at home. Kakara, come here, baby. Come here, my baby. Come here. I wanna show you the most beautiful baby in my life. It's my love. Could you see here? Oh, sorry. Could you say hi? Hi. Say hi. Let's say hi. No, here it's gonna be very difficult to talk. Would you like to say hi? A kiss, Daddy. Kiss. No? I love you. Go to your mom. Guys, thank you very much. This is a project, I think it was my idea, no, Jessica? I remember.
Yeah.
It was my idea. It's a project we want to keep on because I think people are not able to have this experience. Like to see people like you, Peter, talking to us in English. Peter, besides a guy I like so much, I love his father. Love my wife. It's like a friendship. Okay, there is no other kind of relation. Yes. And it's really important to show them that it's possible. Not because I want to be the best, because I'm not the best. I think there are a lot of good people around. I'm just trying to show them that they can understand. They are really learning English, you know. I remember that once I went to London with my wife, and I was sleeping on the flight, and I woke up. It was time to go to the custom. I didn't understand anything the guy was talking to me. And my wife said to me,
You were probably drunk.
"What happened to you? Do you
probably
speak English?"
drunk.
No, I had just waken up and I couldn't speak. She spoke there, and after she said, "Did you understand?" I said, "I didn't understand anything he said." Yes, shit, we cannot say that. I couldn't. It was like, and this project was supposed to happen at a theater.
You
No.
told me.
But I thought at a theater it's gonna be very, very.
It didn't fit with me, right?
Yes, I couldn't drink my scotch. You couldn't drink your beer. Like Peter couldn't say anything. We couldn't call bad words. And once in a while, I think they are really necessary. And we started here. So every Tuesday, it's gonna be at 8:30. Interviews. Suelma, I love you. How are you, Suelma? Are you okay? Yes, thank you very much. Suelma, she just kicked the camera. It's okay. Good to have you here. And we decided to start this project right now. And I was talking to Andre. Remember Andre?
Yes, Alencar.
Yes, Andre
Once in a while I see him
wanted
on
to
TV.
do something like television. I said, man, I don't know.
I worked with André.
I remember. So guys, I want to
I
say.
remember you fired him.
Oh, I fired him too. Look what she brought. Everybody's listened to us. I didn't do that.
No?
No, I didn't do
Okay,
that.
so you did.
That's not true. I didn't fire him. He was a good man.
He is a
Andre,
good
I
man.
love you, Andre.
He
That's
is a
not
good
reality. He had a problem with his baby, but it's okay. So I want to thank you all, guys. I love him. I love the guy. You know. Thank you very much for being with us. Next Tuesday we are going to be here to. Yes, it's true. I just slipped my scotch. I would like to drink some.
Another one.
And I hope next Tuesday, we can get more and more people with us here and on Facebook. And I just want to say thank you very much. Thank you for coming. Thank you, Peter. Peter is eating. Man, this guy eats a lot. Look at him. Looks like a monster. What are you doing, man? He's eating. Thank you very much, guys. And as next Tuesday at 8:30, we are going to be together again. And now we are going to talk about behavior, comportment. It's going to be a great time. See you all. Bye.